So welcome back, everyone. Those of you who follow our Instagram and Facebook page have probably heard we have a big wildland fire that's blown up to the west of us. Currently, it is 100% uncontained, and we're in a red flag warning, meaning that's extreme fire conditions until tomorrow, Monday night, I think at 9 o'clock. They're pouring a ton of resources on it. There's a Type 2 team, incident team. That may escalate to a Type 1. It may turn into a complex fire. That will kind of tell today on how well the aircraft do. So they've got several seats. We've got Type 1, Type 2 helicopters. We've got, I even heard, I think that they're bringing the VLAT in, or they're requesting it from Moses Lake. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard rumors of that. That's the heavy Boeing tanker. I think it's a Boeing and McDonnell Douglas tanker, which is pretty impressive to see. So today's video, I'm getting everything ready. I thought I had a little bit more time to get all my personal gear and wildland gear together for our area, the 300-gallon tank for the truck, the saw kits, all of that stuff. I'll be on call, of course. We get called if we have a fire that jumps the line or anything that happens in our district. So I'll just be getting everything ready today. And I thought it might be interesting to bring you guys along. And wildland firefighting is very gear heavy. So there's a lot of components to it. It's probably going to be a whole day job for me just to get everything situated. I'm pretty well ready, but I just want to go through everything. And I thought I'd bring you along and kind of break down those systems. So let's get into the Wildland Firefighters Fallers gear first. And if you have interest to see it in the other systems or the other, I don't know what you want to call it, let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to share that as well. So let's jump into the faller stuff. So just a brief overview of what we're going to be doing today. There's the slide and skid unit. It's a 300-gallon pumping unit that will go in the back of my truck that I'll have ready. So if anything gets over here, or we have any problems on our property, I can quickly get to it and hopefully put it out before it becomes a problem. So here you can see from right to left my personal Wildland kit. We can go through that if you like. Tools, medical kits, drip torch, and this is the saw kit right here that I thought we would get into and just kind of break it down and show you what I use and why. So a lot of this gear is going to be things that you have seen me use in the past and in past videos. There's a few additions. Things have to be done a little bit differently with wildland firefighting. Usually it's regarding safety. They're real safety conscious, so some things are just required. So my saw that I'll be using, what's really typical for most of the sawyers on wildland firefighting, there's 3 levels. There's basically A, B, and C, or 1, 2, and 3. With different varying levels. Of course, the beginner has very limited capabilities, clearing trails and stuff, and it goes on to the more advanced fallers, which are able to take down hazard trees, snags, and all that. But I have a fire hose sheath on my saw. This would be a 441, pretty typical saw with a 32-inch bar, light bar. Most guys run it this year running 460s, I think, or the 461 saws, same bar. So everything's pretty standard. What's nice about that is if you need a chain or need a part or need something, it's typically always going to be available to share. So this, my whole faller's kit's going to be a fit in this milk crate. The milk crate's really nice for my main reason for using it is it keeps my Dolmar from tipping over. The Dolmar here is a gallon and a half of gas mix for the saw with the bar oil here on the side. So these are commonly used as well. They call them Dolmars. And that's something you always want to have with you. This really isn't the faller's kit, but I keep these in the truck because I'm pretty remote. I'm the most remote guy out here, and there's a good chance that if we get a fire in this area, that I'll be the first on scene. And so I'll put these arrows up on a tree or something to help people direct them in, the resources that are coming in. So I always have those on hand. So of course we're going to have faller safety chaps. You have to have chaps that run all the way down to your boot. I can't have any short ones. They're pretty fussy about that. That goes without saying. I guess the main thing here, of course, is going to be my a faller's belt. These are the tools, kind of a grab-and-go system here. Your tools that you're going to need for any sort of a tree work that you're going to do. Mine is on a heavy-duty leather belt, of course, with the excellent Grizzly Peak Enterprises scabbard, so I can pound wedges and all that. And I always carry my light small forest axe. It's a little bit light for pounding wedges, but it's always worked well for me, and I like it. It fits in the sheath well. It's just not too big. Another thing that I'll do is, of course, the chainsaw tool, very important, especially if you're brushing. There's a good chance that you'll knock your chain off, and that is embarrassing. You want to get that fixed as soon as possible. One little trick you can do, these are really easy to lose, and if you are without one in a remote area, you're really in trouble. So I take I drill a hole in it, put a piece of paracord on there, and have it on a clip. And so I clip it onto the belt so I can easily get it off, but I won't lose it. Of course, I'll have a tape measure. I'll usually take this off unless I'm, if you're going to be cutting trees down and you have some time, for me it always seems you might as well cut them to the proper lengths that they can be used at the sawmill instead of just cutting random stuff that's going to be wasted. So, if you have the time, you can take a minute, make sure you cut them all at 31 or whatever is a common length. And then, of course, I'll have a wedge pack, 2 wedges in the Grizzly Peak holder there. That works really good. And then a full kind of a trauma kit, very basic trauma kit for kind of catered towards chainsaw wounds. So there'll be a time tourniquet on the outside here. This is a really great bag. I think it's a 511 bag, but the tourniquet is a one-hand tourniquet that goes on the outside. That was kind of developed for combat veterans that they could go into, if they needed to apply it themselves, they could do it. So that's there. And then inside, on a very easy to get pouch, are a couple of key things. There's going to be a combat gauze, a blood clotting, a pair of gloves, a pair of trauma shears, and a Israeli pressure bandage right there. So this is not a kit for bee stings and owies, that type of bruises, bumps and bruises. This is a if I don't stop the bleeding, I'm going to die kit, which is it's just the very basic things. And you don't want to have too much. I mean, this is a lot of stuff on your faller's belt, but it's that's as light as I can get it. Also in the kit, I'm going to have 2 extra wedges. Usually you can get by with 2 okay. It's nice to have a couple extra ones if you get in a bind. I don't carry these on my person, but I will have them in the kit if I do need them. I'm going to have my tools, basic chainsaw tools, maintenance tools in this fire roll here. I should probably open it. Everybody likes to see this stuff. And in this set of tools, the kit, I really like this kit. I wish that the Recycled Firefighter, he's a subscriber of mine that made this for me out of recycled fire hose, and I wish he would continue to make these. I don't think that he still does because it's perfect for this. So inside I'm going to have a small crescent wrench, a couple of hand files, a screwdriver, a carburetor adjusting tool. I'm going to have the guides for knocking the rakers down, raker file, and a pair of pliers. So all of that fits really nicely in that roll, and I really like it. It's perfect for that particular job. He also made me this bag here, you can see, and this is just a heavy zipper pouch. And inside this I'm going to have my stump vise to help me with my sharpening. Just makes the world a lot easier. Wouldn't pack this in a pack, but if I have access to a truck, I will certainly put it there. Extra chains are going to be in here, and then tools, spark plugs, different things that I might need, fuel filters, extra sprocket, that sort of thing that I might be able to do a light repair in the field on the saw. My Bugs goggles, we use the wire, a lot of people use the wire mesh goggles, and the reason for that is they won't fog up. You're exerting yourself and the work is so difficult, especially as a faller or a sawyer, that regular safety glasses, they'll typically fog up, and so these are really nice because they offer you the protection, but they will never fog up. They're wonderful. The Bugs goggles are a wonderful deal. Let's see, this is a roll of hazard tree tape. It says killer tree on it. So if I come to something that's going to be a danger that I don't have time to take down, I can wrap it with this. This is universally understood by everyone that this is to stay away from that. That's a dangerous tree. Almost every year, wildland firefighters are killed by the silent killer, which is trees that have been weakened by the fire, and they fall. And if you're running a chainsaw or you have earplugs in, and there's always lots of equipment running, pumps and such, you can't really hear what's going on. These things come down, they'll come right on you and kill you. It happens almost every year. Just to finish up, I'm going to have, I always take a really good high quality saw. This is a Silky Big Boy. It's nice because I can, if I get into really bad brush, sometimes it's more efficient to use a hand saw and less physically exerting or exhausting the chainsaw, it's really suitable for small things sometimes. And this has got a the sheath on this is very excellent. It's got a detachable ring on it. So if I think I'm going to use it, I can put this on my faller's belt, and then when I need it, I can grab it and put it on. Everything's got to be really easy to get to. It's got to be very simple, just no nonsense. You don't have time to fool around. The fire ground is very dynamic. It changes in the blink of an eye. Weather can change, wind can change, fire can change direction. So everything needs to be very simple and very, very efficient. And this is, I think, plays into that system. I don't see a lot of guys carrying these, but I would recommend it if you can handle the weight, because it's a wonderful option. Extra bandana, and then I keep an old Lansky stone in the bottom in case I need to top off my hatchet or axe. And that is essentially the faller's kit. Earplugs that I'm going to wear, those will be in my jacket or my shirt. My shirt has pockets, and everything is very strategic for that too, the way I keep everything in that. It's always the same, it's always there, and I know where it's at all times. So that's the basic my faller's kit. It's not the definitive answer. It's not the end-all be-all. It's just what I've kind of put together, and it has worked for me from my experience. If there's something that I've left out, if you have experience with this, please put it in the comments, because I always like to hear from people that have more experience than me that can help me to make my system better. So that's it for the faller's kit. If you guys would like to see the personal gear, or you'd like to see the truck gear, or the pump and the hoses and the fittings and all that stuff, let me know in the comments, and I'll be doing that today. I'll be happy to turn the camera on and just kind of do a little once over. So thanks for watching. I'll be giving fire updates daily. I really encourage you to go over to our Facebook and Instagram pages. The links will be down in the subject heading for live updates. I'll throw some drone footage up. We're expecting to have a big fire column today, and I'll put those updates there. So we're not in any immediate danger right now, but that can change very quickly. So we want to be sure that we're prepared and everything is ready, so we don't get caught unprepared. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys very shortly in the next video.